Welcome back, guys. Well, today we're starting on the propane installation. Stay tuned. So the propane unit has arrived here at the cabin and we're just getting ready to take a look at how to install it. Don't ignore that propane tank. That goes actually to our cooking unit. So yeah, here it is, and we're gonna go inside now and take a look at where we want to put it. So we're thinking of putting it in this corner, and as you saw, it came with this really nice guide that you can kind of stick up on a wall. And it sticks up on there, and then you just sort of saw through the hole. Just make sure of your placement of the unit before you make any big holes in your cabins. So we're just measuring from the window. Requirements are about 6 inches from the window, but our gas installation technician says that 12 inches is best so you don't get fog up on your window. There's the 12-inch mark, and then we want to add a little bit more here. So have it out this way. I actually can move it over. It has to be 3 feet from the edge of the cabin. So we can kind of slide this over a little bit more.
What we want to do is make sure that, see if we can get these onto studs.
And the extra trick is to try to get these holes where you mount the unit into studs. So the unfortunate thing about this is trying to mount them into studs might be difficult, will be difficult, because these holes right here on either side actually are a little over 19 inches apart. The holes down here though, that one and that one, are 15 3/8 inches apart. So you're just going to get one in the stud and maybe just graze the other. So that's kind of unfortunate, but well, we'll make do. Looks like we've got it a nice distance away from the window, from the direct vent hole there, and it needs to be about 3 feet from the edge of the cabin. So now what we have to do is just level, use a level to help us make sure this is nice and straight on the wall. Alright, so I just made sure it's level here, and it looks like it's nice and level. And I've taped it onto the wall. So that's what it's going to look like. So I guess we'll get cutting. Now here's the stressful part. It's on the wall, we're marking off the holes, and now we're going to cut a hole in the wall that's pretty big. Hope this works out. So here you can see the location of the 2 studs, so we're going to be going right in the center. There's no wires or anything in this wall, so we should be good to go.
Right, that's into the rock though.
And that's where the mice live. And we're through. Huh? There we go. Got my knife. I'm just going to kind of go in a little bit more. Cutting a piece of cake. And just going to take this back out. It's going to make a bit of a mess, but I got my gloves on. There's the outside wall of the cabin. There's the stud. I can see the stud right in here. And I got the other stud. So we're right dead center. This is awesome. Now we just have to transfer the markings to the outside wall of the cabin there and punch it through to see some daylight. We're just marking off now so that we can make the hole matching on the outside. Since we're going to be cutting from the outside, we're going to put some drill holes here, and then we'll use that to put on the outside of the cabin and measure the that circle. And there's the hole. So it's right on centrally between these 2 pieces of siding. So that's perfect. It's gonna look something like that. We'll just trace that on and we'll cut. So the tools we're using today are Ryobi battery-powered tools, and I really like them, especially great for off-grid use. We can even charge the batteries off of our solar panel. Woo!
Oh no. Okay.
Oh my god, we're an inch too far to the left. Just kidding. I feel like I'm one of those cutouts that you go to like an amusement park. Alright, so we finished off marking what we need to mark, so this is going to come off the wall for now. You see I put the black plate. We put the black plate on outside. We didn't secure it yet, it's just to kind of see what it's going to look like. So this is what sort of shields the opening you've made from all other layers of the wall. So we just have to mark it and get it put in there. So this is the thimble that lines the inside of the hole. So what we're going to do now is we've measured out the thickness of the wall and we're going to cut it with the saw. All right, it's cut to shape, cut to length. All right, so here you can see that the thimble is now cut to shape and sort of seals off the hole that you've made. And that's, again, the outside panel. It doesn't really say in the guide how to fix the thimble in place, but we're probably going to just use a few little screws to tack it in there. Now I'm just going to caulk the edges of this to kind of help seal it down a little bit. I love the smell of silicone.
High temperature silicone. Got it? Just let it start expanding.
Oops.
Oh, I just got silicone all over me. Ready?
Okay.
Don't really have a screw small enough, but this will do.
Okay. So you can see we've just put a couple of screws in here and one at the front there. Just have to trim this a bit. Next, got to install the outdoor plate and then the indoor plate as well. And we're going to have to install the tubing that goes out, that vents out, takes in the cool air and lets out the hot air. And it's going to have to be a 2-degree angle so that rain doesn't come in the cap from the outside. All right, so what I've done is I've done the inside plate. And now I'm going to insert this tube here. The vents. Got it?
Yeah. So that's about the depth it's supposed to come through to.
Okay.
Okay.
So what we're doing now is we're measuring the direct vent insert here. So we're measuring the internal tube, the external tube, and cutting it to length for our measurements, as well as the little rod here as well. So we've measured our wall thickness, and here it tells you how much you need to add to it in addition to the wall thickness for it to match up with the unit. So let's get out there and do that. So we've got the external tube here, and we're measuring 14 1/8 for its length, and it goes right from the end to the end. So we have our tubes all cut to length and the threaded rod cut to length. Next, we're going to remove the front of the unit and make this one compact unit with the direct vent tubing and the unit itself. Okay, so this front comes off. Let's watch the glass. And that's what the unit looks like inside. Here's the inner sleeve, and then we're just going to put the outer sleeve on. Okay, so as you can see, it is now one compact unit. This was really challenging actually to get these tubes on here, especially when you're trying to thread in this little screw, this really long screw all the way down here. Make sure you put that in first and then thread the tubes over it, or it's going to be a nightmare trying to find where it attaches to the unit. So now we're going to put the unit in the wall and double check our measurements.
Bit more. Okay.
And now you reinstall the front. Okay, so the unit is now in. We've got the cover on and we've confirmed it is level, thank God. We've got the screws back in there on the top and the knob is installed. Here we are, it's the next morning. I lost my light last night, so I don't think the video was that great. So here it is, the final install, and you can see how nicely it fits in the wall there. It's perfect between the cupboards there. The doors, you can open them wide without any issue. So I'll just show you. There you go. There, that opens up nicely at the bottom here. We will put a stopper so you don't smash into the wall. And this kitchen cupboard right here opens up nicely and doesn't hit the unit. So perfect. let's go outside and see what it looks like outside. And here's what the final install looks like on the outside. So we've got the plate, the vent cap there, and we've got it sealed with some high temperature silicone. Thanks guys for watching the first part of the installation of the Martin Direct Vent 20,000 BTU propane heater. It's gone really, really well. So stay tuned for more of this installation as the weeks go by. Have a good week guys. Take care.